This is a Buick-built M18 tank destroyer. This was the preferred tank destroyer of the tank destroyer forces. It's also the fastest tracked vehicle of World War II. It's capable of speeds up to 55 miles an hour. It has a Continental 9-cylinder radial engine. It's very fast, very nimble, but it has very thin, light armor. It was designed mainly to ambush and kill German tanks, while the Tiger and all has a reputation of being a fearsome tank. There was an awful lot of them knocked out by M18 Hellcat tank destroyers. This is the second M18. This is the only place in North America you will see two running M18s together. There used to be hundreds of these at Fort Hood, which was a tank destroyer center during World War II. This is the only two running ones in the South right now. The tank you see coming now is a General Motors M24 Chaffee light tank. This tank saw service in the latter part of 1944 and 45, and then it saw its extensive service in Korea and was forced to go up against T-34s. It has two Cadillac V8 flathead engines in it. I think this is what a tank's supposed to look like. It also is equipped with a 75mm gun, shot the same round as the two Shermans that you saw earlier. The tank coming now is a Stuart M5A1 light tank. This was the mainstay of the U.S. Army up until 1944. The Chaffee, which came before just now, that actually replaced it in service. This tank is equipped with twin Cadillac V8 engines also. They liked them so much that they carried them over into the Chaffee, even though it's a considerably different tank. But this tank is only equipped with a 37mm main gun, which was pretty ineffective towards the end of World War II against German armor, although it was still very effective in infantry support and bunker busting type things. And they used the Stuarts along with the Ford-built M8 armored car, which was referred to as the Greyhound. It's a six-wheel, all-wheel drive armored car with a Continental 6-cylinder engine, fully rotating turret, 37mm gun. The Stuarts and the M8s would often work together in reconnaissance missions. Hear how quiet it is? Next is a white M3A1 half-track. This is essentially the armored personnel carrier of the U.S. Army in World War II through Korea. The armored infantry would ride in these half-tracks supporting the tanks. Up next is a British armored car, post-war. It's actually not going to be in the reenactment. This is a 1956 Daimler armored car. It replaced the World War II Daimler Dingo armored cars that the British used extensively. The British were really fond of two-axle armored cars, which the U.S. Army did not favor. They used this all the way up through Desert Storm in 1990. This, of course, is a World War II MBG. They were built by Ford at Willys. Over 600,000 of them were built during World War II between 1941 and 1945. This is another very special Willys Jeep. It's called an MZ-1. It was built by the U.S. Navy for Marine Corps use. It has extensive radios in it. They would land these and they could actually talk from shore to the ships out at sea and direct artillery fire. This vehicle was used in the Pacific. This is a German Zundap motorcycle. is it also has a machine gun mount on it. The Germans were very fond of motorcycles, and they would mount MG34s and MG42s on it. Next is a 251C half-track. This is the German equivalent of the American half-track. While it had better sloping armor, it was more of a three-quarter track than a half-track. And the front wheels do not drive on it. All in all, the American half-track is far superior to the German one. This is a German Stug 3 tank destroyer. This was used extensively by the Germans throughout the war, and especially on the Eastern Front. It has a 75 millimeter gun, but you notice it does not really have a turret. The gun, you must turn the tank to basically shoot the gun. This is a German Kugelwagen used throughout the war. It was the Germans' equivalent to our Jeep, although it was not four-wheel drive. This is another white half-track, although it's a very special one. It's an M4A1 that mounts a 81 millimeter mortar in the back. So this half-track is essentially a mobile artillery piece.